Morning, Monte brothers. Just out on a morning walk. Started doing this since New Year's. When I wake up, first thing, put on a coat and just go out for a 10 or 15 minute walk. I've just been doing a little 1 kilometer loop on the lake, and it's part of my rise and shine. I kind of hate it when I first wake up and know I have to do it, but because I have it as something to do, it's force myself to get out here. And by the time I get back, I do feel good. It wakes you up. The idea is it sets you up for the day. Get breathing, get your lungs going. Ideally, get some sunlight, which doesn't happen here this time of year, but will be fun in the summer. Anyway, that's not my message. My message today, I'll stop so it doesn't get too shaky, is from a funny story that I was reminded of recently from my teenage years. And so I was really lucky as a LCI boy. I had some really good friends, surrounded by 8 good Mormon buddies. 5 or 6 of them were football players and big guys. I was a skinny little guy. One night we were out at a park, doing what teenagers do. Who knows? I don't remember the details. Probably better not to. But a car pulled up with a couple other teenagers. Words were exchanged. I think they were beaking off. We were beaking off. In the end, they left, yelling out the window, "We'll be back with Winston." And we thought that was the funniest thing ever. Back with Winston? Who is this guy? We thought, are they talking about like the Winston football team, or is it just this big guy named Winston? But it's been kind of a joke over the years that they'll come up, we'll say, "Coming back with Winston." And we weren't afraid anyways, because we were surrounded by good guys. Now, fast forward. Just recently, Darren was at the skate park and he said he was leaving and the guy was driving out the wrong way in the parking lot, and they kind of played chicken with each other, and the guy jumped out and was like super mad, yelling at Darren. Darren got out of his car and they were, it was about to come to blows. He said at first, he looked at this guy and he thought, this guy's, 180 pounds, soaking wet. I'm at least 250. I'm a big guy. Could probably take him. But as it got more heated, he said he started to doubt himself. He started to be afraid. Maybe this guy's crazy. Maybe he knows martial arts. Maybe he's got a knife. And so he backed down, which was the smart choice anyway. But he got in his car and he drove home. And he said he felt embarrassed, felt ashamed, felt weak. And he had to reflect on it. And he said, comparing those two experiences, what was the difference? Well, the difference was he was alone. And so when Winston got out of his car there, when he was alone, Darren felt scared. And I think it is a cool message, applying it to the gospel, because in the gospel, when I was at church, I actually shared this in a talk, and I said, look around. You're surrounded by good people. And by being a member of this church, that gives us support against our own personal Winstons that we might be dealing with, that we're all dealing with. And being a part of a group like this, same thing. I know I got you guys at my back, and that gives me strength with my personal Winstons. So I appreciate that, and I hope we can apply that in our lives. It can happen for both good and bad, depending on who we're surrounded by. It can strengthen us in good ways or bad ways, and so surround ourselves with good people, and it can really help us with the challenges of our life. So that's my message. Don't be afraid of Winston. Surround yourself with good people. Love you guys. Have a great week.